guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a first impressions of the Nakeup Face Cushion Foundation. This is the One Night Cushion in shade 01. I have been wanting to try this literally since the moment I saw it, and I'm going to take it out of the packaging for you so you can understand why. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's the most beautiful compact that I have ever seen. This like rose gold vibe is like, I'm living for it. So I saw this compact and I was like, that's absolutely stunning. But the person that I am, I like to research things before I pick them up. So I was like, okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna see like what this thing is about, because there's been so many times where I've bought something just because the packaging was beautiful. So I did some research and I actually found out that Nakeup Face used to be a skincare company, or at least they started out as a skincare company, and then later on introduced makeup that is skin safe. And as soon as I read that, I was like, okay, done. So the one that I picked up, the One Night Cushion, is supposed to be really, really good for troublesome or acne prone skin. They say that this cushion foundation is so good for your skin, like the ingredient deck is so solid that you can actually sleep in it. Now, I don't know about all that. Like, I don't think that that's going to happen. we're not gonna test that one out, but it's good to know that it is certified, like, safe to sleep in. It's EWG verified, which actually means that it's beyond like clean or green beauty, because the brand discloses all of the ingredients like in detail and more about the manufacturing process. So I love that. It has tea tree leaf extract in here, which is really good at calming down and soothing irritated skin. So if you have sensitive skin, this might be good for you. I mean, we're gonna find out here in a second. There's also vitamin B5 in here, as well as ceramides, so that's going to really help out with any skin barrier issues. So those are just a few of the ingredients that caught my eye. I mean, there's so many like solid ingredients in this foundation. The one thing, just from like an ingredient point of view, that I'm not particularly excited about is the fact that it does not contain SPFs. This cushion foundation retails for 32,000 won, which is roughly $30 US, depending on the exchange rate. However, I did get this on a discount. I got it for 28,000 won, and then on top of that, it was a buy one get one free situation. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's meant to be. I have to pick it up. So here we are. That's the rundown, and now I'm going to zoom you into my face, and we're gonna apply this sucker and see if it is any good. So let's go. So I have zoomed you guys in. Welcome to my face. I don't have anything on my skin right now, except on this side I do have a pore filling primer. I've applied a little bit of mascara, and I do have some eyebrow gel going on. So if you want to know those details, I will leave that information in the description box down below, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. But today is all about the star of the show, which is the Nakeup Face Cushion. So let's just jump on in. I'm going to open this up, and I immediately see this generous mirror, which I really appreciate. It also comes with this puff, and just feeling the back, it is like a microfiber suede. It's so like beautiful and velvety in texture. When it comes to cushion foundations, I actually do love using the puffs provided, and if I don't like the puff, I'll swap it out for one that I do enjoy. But this just off the bat seems like something I'm going to like very, very much. And when opening this up, we do have the seal of like sanitary approval, so I'm just going to open it up and we're just going to start applying this to the skin. So this is what she looks like in her glory, and I'm just going to press. Oh wow. It did not take a lot for that to come out. Normally it takes a lot more effort to get the product onto the sponge, especially upon initial application. So we're gonna see how this goes, you guys. I'm just gonna start patting it into the skin, and we're gonna go from there. So this foundation is supposed to be a medium coverage, and I see that immediately. This is probably the easiest cushion foundation I have ever used to date in terms of blendability. It is blending into my skin so seamlessly, and it really looks like a second skin. Like, it's taking minimal effort to blend out, which I really, really appreciate, and it looks like my skin but better. It almost looks a little dewy on me, so I'm going to have to set this down with powder for sure, or else I'm sure it would just turn into an absolute catastrophe. But it looks just like my skin. Like, this looks like my skin but better, and I am so here for it. I'm going to see if this is going to layer and if it's buildable at all. So let's just go in on this cheek and see if we can build up that pigmentation. So it did not really build very well. It just kind of sheared out into what the coverage was before. This smells just like the Belief Aqua Bomb, and I am so here for it. You guys, that's one of my favorite moisturizers literally ever, and this smells just like it. One of the reasons that I love cushion foundations is because they're so easy and effortless to apply. When I'm running out the door and I have like less than a minute to get ready, I'll just pop some I'll go into a cushion foundation and I will just apply it to the skin. You know, they're so easy to keep in your purse or have on the go. They're super easy to apply in the car. Like seriously, if you're running out the door, if you're in a hurry, cushion foundations are such a lifesaver, and I love them for on the go or for travel for that exact reason. I really love how this looks, you guys. It literally is like my skin but better. Kind of like a My Lips but better, but for the face, and that's exactly what I want my foundation to look like on a daily basis. I don't know about you guys, but for me on a day-to-day, I just want my skin to look like skin but more perfected, and that's exactly what this foundation is doing for me so far, at least. It's not bunching up around the mouth at all. It's not bunching up around the nose. So I am just going to go off camera real quick, finish up my makeup, and then I'm going to come back with the rest of my initial first impression. So hang tight, I'll be right back. I just finished up the rest of my very minimal makeup routine here, and I will leave all of those details in the description box down below for you guys. But right now, I am loving how this looks, especially after I set it with some powder. This just looks perfect to me. It's not exaggerating any pores, it's not sinking into any fine lines. Like truly, it's my skin but better, and I am living for this. So I'm gonna go about my day, and I will check in with you guys in a few hours to see how this wears. It's been about 3 hours, so I figured I'd come check in with you, and honestly, like, I am loving this cushion foundation so far. I will say that like I haven't done anything to my face, I haven't powdered or anything like that. At around the 3 hour mark, like right now, I am starting to see some of my natural oils come through, and I am experiencing the same amount of oiliness on both sides of my face. So the primer doesn't really help with that. But from like a pores perspective, I have considerably less pores visible on the side of my face that I used primer versus the side that I didn't. So I will say that I think that using a primer with this is probably a good idea if you are combination to oily. But other than that, I think my skin looks honestly like so flawless. Like it looks like my skin but better. It looks like it's one with my skin. And I think I forgot to mention this earlier, but the color match of this is perfect. So most of the time with cushion foundations specifically, and like K-Beauty, most of the foundation shades are like a yellow undertone, and I'm more neutral. And this foundation shade in 01 is so neutral, and it looks like it's like my exact skin color. So I'm super impressed with how this is looking, you guys. So yeah, 3 hours in and we're going strong. So I'm gonna probably check in with you guys at the end of the day. I have some things I need to do, and then we have people coming over tonight. So at the end of the day, I will check back in with you and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I have been wearing this foundation for 12 hours. It is the end of the night, and I am ready to take my makeup off and go to bed because I am exhausted. But I want to give you guys my final check-in on the Nakeup Face Cushion Foundation. So just a few final thoughts after wearing this guy all day long. I have not powdered, I have not done anything since the initial application this morning, and I've got to say, I am so impressed with how this foundation has worn throughout the day. Normally foundations for me, if I don't powder, kind of look like this, but most of the time foundations will break up for me, especially around the mouth area, and I'll oftentimes get some patchiness going on, and neither of which have happened. So I see absolutely zero dry patches and zero texture emphasized on my skin, period, which literally never happens. So I'm very impressed with that. I'm so impressed with how this has really become one with my skin instead of laying on top. Additionally, I am not seeing any bunching up at all. Not around my nose, not around my mouth, not in between my eyebrows. Like I see zero bunching, zero creasing whatsoever, and I could not be more impressed with that because like literally that never ever happens. I didn't use any concealer today because I really wanted to showcase the foundation itself, but I would presume that like a few spot conceals will be in my future the next time that I go ahead and use this foundation because it is more of a natural finish, which I do love, but there are certain areas of my skin, a few breakouts that I would have liked to cover up a little bit more. But overall, I just love the dewy, natural finish that this gives. It truly is skin-like, and probably my favorite part about it at the end of the day, you know how like at the end of the day, if you've been wearing your makeup all day long, and it just feels cakey and it feels heavy and really gross. You know what I'm talking about? I am not experiencing that at all right now. Like I genuinely don't feel like there's any makeup on my face whatsoever. I feel like there's nothing to take off, which is an anomaly. Like, this never happens. I'm kind of shook. The color match of this is perfect. I love that I can see my imperfections and my freckles through the foundation as well. It really is like a second skin. And overall, you guys, if you are normal, combination, or dry, I would highly recommend checking this out. If you're oily, I'll leave it up to you. If you want to powder throughout the day, you're probably going to have to do so. But for me, as a combination skinned person, I am absolutely obsessed with this foundation. I think that it has worn beautifully throughout the day. I think my skin looks really, really nice for the longevity and the, 12 hours that I've been wearing this. I think it's held up pretty well. In a weird way, this kind of actually reminds me of the COSRX Cushion Foundation. That one, though, is super heavy, super high coverage, and you can definitely experience a lot of flakiness and patchiness with that one throughout the day. This is a muted, like, subtle version of the COSRX, in my opinion. It's almost everything I wanted the COSRX to be but wasn't, is the Nakeup Face Foundation. Now, if you're looking for like a heavy duty, really intense, like full glam makeup, this is not going to be for you. But if you are looking for like a natural, everyday kind of foundation, then I would definitely recommend this to all of you. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first impressions of this cushion foundation. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite cushion is. I would love to like try out a few other ones and kind of compare and contrast because I think that cushion foundations are a really good thing to have on hand, especially when traveling, especially when you're out and about, when you don't have much time. There's such a standard and a go-to in my book. So I would love to hear your favorites. And with all that being said, you guys, I am so tired. I can barely keep my eyes open, so I'm off to sleep. I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Before I go though, don't forget to subscribe, hit that red button if you like this video, you guys. Give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!